Alright, let's get into playing. So I did want to talk about strums and strum technique. So a very basic strum, of course, most of you know, is taking your index finger of your right hand and you curl it. You actually have the knuckles bent and they're curved in toward your palm, and the tip of your index finger is pointing in at your ukulele. It's not pointing in straight at your ukulele. That tenses us up. That's not a good thing for our arm, but it's gently bent, and so it's pointing but not straight, and it's super relaxed. My finger's relaxed, my hand is relaxed, my wrist is relaxed, my elbow, my biceps, triceps, all that stuff, my shoulder, all the way to my deltoid muscles, where the motion originates. Your chest muscles are where most musical instrument motions are start from, whether you're playing a piano, clarinet, or a ukulele. It kind of comes from here and emanates through the system. So that's kind of interesting that we sometimes feel like we're relaxed. You know, we have a good comfortable position sitting, holding our instrument in a relaxed way, but then we tense up when we go to play. And so that defeats the purpose. That really, you want your whole body to be relaxed, including your pointer finger. So my pointer finger is pointing in toward the ukulele. It's relaxed, it's curved, and then it's just up to my, see that motion that I'm making right now with my wrist? It's all up to the wrist. You're not really using a whole heck of a lot of elbow. You're not using your large muscle groups. It's kind of your wrist that turns like that. See that? See how I went like that? That's the perfect strumming technique. Like that. That's a down strum. Of course, an up strum is the opposite. You're just going against gravity. But it's the same motion in reverse. So look at that wrist. If you can copy that, if you can kind of emulate that as close as you can. I know anatomically we're all different, and all of us have a slightly different idea about how to do this, but this is my idea about it, and hopefully you can learn something from watching me do this. See that? So that wrist, very important. More wrist, less everything else. And then the other thing is, what is the most appropriate strum? I mean, we talk about that all the time, and I'd like to talk about that a little bit now for looking out my back door. Just to review it, you know, in case you missed the first time around. Let me get my computer going here. There we go. C to A minor for 4 beats apiece, F for 2, C for 2, G for 2, and C for 2. That's the intro. I'm going to play it for you. I just said it, but that probably went right over your head because I didn't say it well, but I'm going to play it. Here we go. That's where the singing starts. The verse begins there after you're done with the intro. So again, that was C. It was A minor. But then for only 2 beats each, we had F, C, G, C. And of course, just strumming down with your thumb might not cut it, but that would be a good basic thing. If you're an absolute beginner, you're not yet comfortable with strumming with your index finger and all this wrist stuff I was talking about, you could literally just go like this. It's not great, it's not exciting, but it would get you through. So if that's where you are, don't feel bad. That's a good start. It's a solid start. And then we want to build up from there. So using your index finger, I found with this Creedence song, it's a good idea to vary your strum a little bit. Don't do the same strum over and over. I have this 2-measure strum that I often do, emulating the guitars in that song. I go down, 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 up, down, up, down. That's one possibility. There's no one right answer. There's a lot of right ways to do this, but that's the combination I've come across. 1 measure of quarter notes, down, 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 and then mix it up. Do quarter, 2/8, 2/8, quarter. I call that an 1/8 note sandwich. You have a quarter note on the outside, you have another quarter note on the other side, and in between, you got a bunch of 1/8 notes, kind of like a sandwich. So that translates to this. Perfect strum. Here it is slow. So what am I doing there? Down, 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 that eighth note sandwich at the end. Another element to that is something we've talked much about lately, and that's hitting some of your strings sometimes and hitting other strings other times. So I hit the top strings on a down, I hit the other strings on a down, and then I do the top strings on a down, and I do the other strings on a down. That takes care of the first 4 down strums. Near, far, near, far. And then the next measure we do a near, but then we do a down up. So on the further strings we do a down up. We do that down up again, and then we do a down. Here's what you get when you put all that together. Sounds like Creedence to me. And then the other element that you can add to that, once you get all of this going, as if that weren't enough, you could make it even more exciting by emphasizing the backbeat, the 2 and the 4. So whack that 2 and 4 a little harder and it sounds like rock. It sounds like rock music. Or country music or folk music or any other music where you need a backbeat, but in this case we're talking about a 1960s rock and roll song. Alright, so let's take that strum that we just did. It's a 2-measure strum. Down, 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 down is the first measure, and down, down, up, down is the second measure. Let's put that all together. We have F for 2, C for 2, G for 2, C for 2. Well, that's 2 measures. That's 8 beats. So that's going to be F, down, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, up, and C, down, up, down. I took that 2-measure strum, down, 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 up, down, and I split it up. I made 4 chords happen in that space of time. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Let me know if it doesn't. I will explain it a little more. I'll explain it a little more clearly and a little differently if need a different explanation of how to split strums up when you have more chords, when it's not just 1 chord for a long time or 2 chords for a long time. When it's a bunch of chords like that, it can get a little confusing splitting up the strum. Alright, so that brings us to the verse. Let's play through the intro together and let's just roll right into a verse. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just got home from Illinois, locked the front door, rest on the porch, imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm singing, do, looking out my back door. So that is getting from the intro into the verse and utilizing that strum. We're trying to utilize our good posture. We're trying to use sitting properly with our feet flat on the floor. We're trying to hold our ukuleles well. We have good light. We have decent temperature that makes us comfortable. Our arm and our wrist are relaxed and all of that. So make sure that you heed some of these really basic things, and it's going to make your practicing go better, and it's going to make you learning strums to Midcoast Ukes songs go better. Alright, Midcoast Ukuleleans, I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. I know we didn't go over a whole lot of music today, but I hope you feel that some of this stuff is really important, and I really like to make sure that people have the basics. Okay, Ukuleleans, you take care, and I will see you on the 14th for a big, huge jam. Take care. Bye-bye.